Shalom, shalom. Let me share what he's showing me. Precept upon precept. All of creation was created so that he can find a bride for his son. And so that he could, his love can live in between. For God is love. And there's no greater love than to lay your life down for a friend. So he showed us the Son who found the way so that we can tap into and go his way too. For he is the doorway back to the Father. And that's the wedding feast of the Son, of the Lamb too. So all of creation was so God could know you and you could know him. You see, when it was just him, just one, he was lonely. And he wanted to play in the sand. His imagination. So he imagined every one of us, everything, every single blade of grass and thing, insect, where it is, what it does, was all in his image, in his imagination. He created it. So, what he's telling me today, what he keeps showing me, well, this one's recent. I haven't been able to even research this. People could make a fool of me but I trust him. He tells me the firmament is actually our physicality. It's the physical realm. And what happened was it was part of the fall too. It was that physical realm started out by elements, and then it became vegetation. And the vegetation ate the elements. And then the animals came and they ate the vegetation. And then man came and they ate the vegetation and the animals. So, there you go. Evolution. But it was all creation that did it. But what we're evolving to is to become angelic beings too, where we literally become messengers of Yah. When we house him within, what else would we be but angels of thee? So right now, he's waking up his bride, and we have power in him. My disease is what gave me the ability to rise up and come out of the pain. The excuse, see all the sick ones now. You're Hebrews. Let me just tell you, most of you that has been sick with all kinds of things are Hebrews, and what's happening is his glory is coming, and because we were meant to be holy temples and we weren't, that is burning off the dross in us, and it's changing us. But that curse is a blessing in the end, so that we would grow and have fruit in the heavens. And that's what I get to do now. And it's probably because of the disease. So it made me grow out of pain and suffering. I wanted to know. I want to know him. Is there anything else? Because this life sucks. When you're in a prison of pain, who cares how much money you have? I tried everything. And nothing pleased my heart, because when you're walking in a prison of pain, what kind of joy can you have anywhere? My dad, 1 week before he died, he was so angry at my sister, and probably me too, but I couldn't go. He had more energy to go and wanted to go to the island that my family's actually from, Ithaca, Ithiaku. And, Anyway. You know where Odysseus is from? Yeah, there. What I'm trying to say is, I do this by the power of Him now. And He gives me the ability, and because of Him, and because of my disease, now I get medications that help me too, and it helps me ultimately get my desires that I've always wanted. See, I was always a fat kid, and now I'm working out with Him. He's taking the pain and punishment. I know when I have to stop, when I have certain, when I start noticing certain issues in my body, and it's my joints usually, but I also feel strange cramps and things, and I know it's okay, I've taken it too far, or I need to stop. But I don't feel the same thing I used to working out, or all these things. I mean, I take a lot of stuff too to get here. I take pharmaceuticals as well. I stay away from the painkillers because I feel like He wants me to feel certain things. It's got a purpose, you know. The pain, the curse, all those things have a purpose. So what He's telling me is He created the earth as a sandbox. That's the firmament. So everything above this physicality is waters above. It's all energy. And everything has energy fields around it too. Everything is energy, wherever you look. But there's upper waters and lower waters. And they move like waters too. Smoke is like smoke, wind, fire. So, what I'm trying to say is, what He's telling me is He created creation to find love, but to do that, He had to become vulnerable. And to do that, He had to love. So when you love something, and it doesn't love you back, that's a hard thing. And then if it hates you, oh my goodness, that would be his biggest fear too. And guess what happened? His fears came true. So he created a creation that doesn't want to know you. Doesn't want to know you. Why? Because we each have to build our own tower too, don't we? It's the ego. So I'm not out there trying to get people saved and accept Jesus. I don't know that thing. That's not how I was saved. I try to get people to get ignited and search Him inside and find Him. Find their gifts, their offering, who they are. Not their Babylonian gifts. That's nice too. We need that as well, but the most important thing is each person's superpower, let's say. All those superpower movies and all those kind of things, I never really watched them. I was never into it. I always felt like it was, it was imaginary. But now I realize it's all about imagination. You told me a while back that our kids would be literally creating the new reality. Not just world, but like reality. It's a matrix. That we get to write at the end. So let them build the pyramid they're building. Let them build the building blocks too. Just know in the end who it goes to. The king owns everything. It's all his. So let him build, let him build, let him build. But the power above has a right to bring judgments to those who they judge. So as those people wanted to own me, I get to own them, you see. So I wait and allow them to judge me, then I can judge them back by taking them to the judge of all judges. Because he called me to be a judge. And I have a twisted stick. And he says, I'm going to judge by your own twisted laws. Even though it's still the commandments. The commandment is love. Did you know in China, because I was just having a bit of a heated discussion with a friend about Buddha, because Abba had me protect Buddha one day. And anyway, did you know there was Chinese prophecies that talk about the sins of the world laying on a man, and said the day it was going to happen? They cited from the stars. They also said they had like several different prophecies that all was about Yeshua. You see, they're all going to know him. We're all going to know the truth and who he is, hidden everywhere. That's the thing. He's hidden everywhere. Hidden in his people too. So guess what? His elect get to bring the judgments to the world. And as they judge, the people will be judged. And people think, you can't judge me. Only Jesus can do that. And you can say to them, but Jesus, Yeshua lives in me. He's the judge, not me. He's the judge, not me. When the Messiah lives in you, you get to live in him too. He becomes your king. He becomes your king. And you listen and do, and it blesses you. Why? Because that's what all of creation was about. The Messiah coming into you. If the Messiah is in you, you have to be willing to do the least in the kingdom. Be the least in the kingdom too. If he wants you to be the asshole, that's what you're going to do. Sometimes he makes me do that thing. Somebody's got to let it out. And everybody's afraid to. They say, nobody likes that. That's a stinky job. Nobody wants to do it. Well, you know what? The Messiah in me says, do it. Because nobody else is willing to. So anyway, let's praise him today and enter in to the new kingdom that is within. It's his love. And you see as he'll do miraculous things in you too. Like he does to me every day.